imposed travel restrictions today on more than 24 countries to slow the spread of new coronavirus strains. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, the restrictions include both Brazil and the United Kingdom, and will also add travelers from South Africa to the list because of new concerns of a new strain of the virus there. Dr. Anthony Fauci says President Biden's goal of 100 million vaccinations in 100 days is reasonable, and it may be even higher. Meanwhile, top White House aides met virtually Sunday with a bipartisan group of senators to discuss the president's $1.9 trillion COVID rescue plan, with some suggesting President Biden provide more details on how the money will be spent and consider dividing his massive legislation into smaller proposals. The proposed plan includes $1,400 stimulus checks for most Americans. It also calls for $400 billion for slowing the spread of the coronavirus. For the second time in a little over a year, House impeachment managers will hand deliver to the Senate an article of impeachment against Donald Trump. He's accused of inciting the mob that attacked the Capitol on January 6th. Before leaving office, the former president called his second impeachment just the continuation of the greatest witch hunt in the history of politics. Democrats will need 17 Republicans to convict. Firefighters investigate a downtown Joplin fire from over the weekend. The blaze started in a commercial building on the 400 block of East 8th Street. Officials with the Joplin Police Department say there were no injuries. The Joplin Fire Department, police, and Mets all responded to the scene. Well, we had more than just a little rain this morning. Michael Aislip joins us with the first look at the forecast.
Cruise past an inch by the time we were done with the morning show. It was something else, and we've still got some warnings in effect from it. Let's jump to the Skywatch storm tracker, where luckily the heaviest of the thunderstorm activity is now moved east of the Mississippi, but we still have some scattered rain, especially up in the northwest. And I know not everything is green, but I tell you what, there's just about a mist, at least, coming down across the 4 states. Here's what we still have in effect. Flood warnings for 2 of our counties, lasting all the way until 3:15. So while geographically we've been able to kind of condense those a little bit for those counties that have been affected by it, we've had to extend that for some time period. Starting to get a little break in the clouds there in the central section, but still, when we take a look at the Freeman Health System sky camera, overcast in Joplin right now, where we sit at an even 50 degrees. We'll talk about that barometer here in just a little bit as it continues to fall. There's a huge low pressure system hanging right over us, and still a wide variety of temperatures ranging anywhere from the low 40s in Iola and Yates Center all the way up to 51 in Miami and 52 right now in Grove. As we progress through the afternoon, temperatures will be able to make it about 52, 53 degrees. Nice thing is as we progress into the evening hours, actually have some clearing skies. But of course, that means cooler temperatures as well, not only for tomorrow with sunshine. Oh, but Tanya, coming up here in just a little bit, let's go ahead and jump into Wednesday. Looks like we've got a chance for a little late January snow.
All right, a lot of stuff coming our way. Michael, we have breaking news out of Veneta, Oklahoma to report right now. Oklahoma authorities, and according to our CBS station in Tulsa, there is a very large law enforcement presence at Veneta High School. This is in connection with threats made involving the school. Police confirm 1 person is in custody. Police say the school is on lockdown right now. Officers are on the scene. They say they're securing the area around the high school, but they have confirmed that no gunshots have been fired and no injuries have been reported. Of course, this is a developing story, and we will have the latest as it comes available. Super Bowl 55 will feature 2 of the NFL's greatest quarterbacks. Last night, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeated the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship. It's the Bucs' first Super Bowl trip in 18 years. In the AFC title game that aired right here on KOAM, Patrick Mahomes and the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills to return to the big game. Mullingy is at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where Super Bowl 55 will happen in less than 2 weeks.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady are going to Super Bowl 55.
It'll be familiar territory for both Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Brady is the game's oldest quarterback, heading to his 10th Super Bowl, versus Mahomes, going to his second straight and looking to become the youngest starting quarterback to win back-to-back Super Bowls.
He's got a touchdown!
Brady, in his first season with the Buccaneers after a 20-year career with the New England Patriots, narrowly beat the top-seeded Green Bay Packers 31-26 to win the NFC title. Prior to Brady's arrival, Tampa Bay had not won a postseason game in nearly 2 decades.
Who would ever thought, a home Super Bowl for us, but we did it.
And history made again, as the Buccaneers will be the first team ever to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium. Meanwhile, the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, nursing an injured toe, convincingly beat the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. They fell behind early, but after finally scoring in the second quarter, they never looked back.
Look at underhanded. He throws it for the touchdown.
Mahomes will be looking to become the first quarterback to win back-to-back Super Bowls since, that's right, Tom Brady in 2004 and 2005.
The job's not finished. We're going to Tampa, and we're trying to run it back.
It's hard to overlook that storyline of the future versus the legend, right? It's Mahomes versus Brady.
It's great because you're seeing the old guard, the classic guy that can read defenses, get you in the right play. Where Patrick Mahomes, it's let me just extend the play. Let me take us back into the street a little bit.
CBS Sports NFL analyst Bill Cowher, Hall of Famer and former coach who won a Super Bowl with the Pittsburgh Steelers, says the matchup between these two quarterbacks could provide plenty of drama.
If they get the ball at the end of the game, they got two quarterbacks that know how to finish games.
And in a season like no other, in which games were frequently rescheduled due to coronavirus outbreaks, Cowher says the NFL and its teams deserve credit for getting through it.
Is this season going to be affected or tainted, or is there going to be asterisk?
If there's an asterisk, it's going to be a job well done.
The NFL's COVID protocols will only allow 22,000 fans into the stadium on Super Bowl Sunday to watch the game. 7,500 tickets were donated to vaccinated healthcare workers. But don't expect Super Bowl week to look anything like years past, with the Kansas City Chiefs only expecting to arrive here in Tampa a day or two before the game. Mola Lengi, CBS News, Tampa, Florida.
You can catch all the Super Bowl excitement on Sunday, February 7th, right here on KOAM. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, a warming change.
Microwaves could soon look a little different. I'm Danya Backus with the changes that are coming to protect kids.
And later, we're cooking with summertime seashore flavors in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Changes are coming to new microwaves. Manufacturers will be required to add safety features so young children cannot easily open them. Danya Backus tells us why.
A year ago, Zoe showed us how she explored in the kitchen and how easy the 2-year-old could open the microwave.
I just never thought of it as something she would go into or be interested in.
But this video shows how a young child can get inside the microwave and pull out hot food.
He picked up the bowl and the juice just ran straight down to his chest.
Kiana Foster's son Zamari was badly burned when he was 3 years old and grabbed a bowl of soup from the microwave.
The pain that I felt, it was like somebody throwing a torch in my chest.
He was rushed to the hospital with a second-degree burn.
As I pulled the shirt off, his skin came off with the shirt.
Researchers looked at 11 years of medical records and found more than 7,000 cases of similar microwave-related burns.
The more extensive ones can require stay in the hospital for weeks. Take some deep breaths.
Pediatrician Kieran Quinlan from Rush University Medical Center was part of the research team that found children as young as 17 months can open up a microwave, so they pushed for new safety features.
We wanted to change the standards so that it was harder for kids to get into the microwave.
And they were able to do just that. Starting in 2023, manufacturers will have to add some kind of safety button or latch, so it requires 2 steps to open a microwave.
I'm just really happy how it turned out.
Parents who want to keep kids from opening their current microwave can buy a safety latch like this one. Experts say it's also important to keep the appliance where children can't reach it. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Want the taste of summer smack dab in the middle of winter? By the time you grab your flip-flops, I'll show you how you can get it.
But first, Michael Hayslip returns with your complete forecast.
Finally, a little break from the thunderstorm activity that we had earlier at the Freeman Health System campus. Impressive numbers, though, as far as what we've seen in the last 24 hours alone. Really, that's not even 24 hours. That's just since midnight. 1.3 inches in Joplin. Go back about 24 hours. It's about 1.5 inches. And we need to add that to this total, so that'll put us above 3 inches so far for the month of January. Our rain accumulation, especially on our outer counties right here, approaching 2.5 to 3 inches. Berry County just got hammered here throughout the course of our morning, and that's still why we have flood warnings, not only for Newton, but running through Berry there as well. And those have been extended all the way to 3:15. We did kind of luck out, though, as far as our Department of Transportation reports went this morning. We had one road closure that we knew of. That was Highway CC in Berry, down in McDowell. Everybody else, yeah, we did have some road flooding, but able to keep those roads open. And we're not even close to what's going on in the upper plains that's associated with the same system that we had, as they are just mired in winter storm warnings all throughout really about 9-10 states, affecting millions of people right now. Skywatch Storm Tracker, we are having scattered rain up to the northwest. Nothing like what we had as far as the torrential downpour, nor any lightning associated with that. Trying to break clouds every now and then, but still mostly overcast. And yes, there is still a mist that's going to come down throughout the afternoon hours. We're stuck in just a huge low pressure system right here. Whenever we see the darker the red, that indicates the low, and it stretches really all the way down to central Arkansas. You can see the rain kind of rotate around that right there. But another thing that does, gives that wind that distinct twist throughout the course of the morning. So now that we're coming in from the south and really picking up down here in Grove, close to 20 miles per hour, double digits in both Joplin, Nevada, and Independence, it is going to feed us some warmer temperatures, and that's evident by the color contour here as we see 50s, even 52 in Grove, 50 in Anderson, 50 in Miami, compared to those low 40s that we're seeing up to the north. But it's an idea that we don't need to worry about any of that rain flipping over today. We're going to be fine. It'll stay just as rain. But it's an impressive system. This is why they had the winter storm warnings that we talked about earlier up in Nebraska and Iowa right now. And at one point in time, this system stretched from the Rockies all the way to the mid-Atlantic. We've seen just a little cutoff there along the jet stream. So now kind of arching around Arkansas through the Tennessee River Valley over to the mid-Atlantic. Now, as far as future track goes, clouds are going to stick around today, but we do begin to dry off for the afternoon. I think we'll get little peaks of sunshine every now and then, just not substantial sunshine, but still able to make it up into the low 50s. All the snow stays to the far north, not only for Monday, but also Tuesday as well. Overnight, we're going to drop down just about to freezing, but we're dry, so that's a positive. Sunshine tomorrow. We'll go partly sunny, but only in the 40s as the cold front begins to work in. And once it does, picks up some Gulf moisture. That's when we turn our attention to central Kansas right there, as the snow slowly develops Wednesday morning and actually does a good job kind of stalling out over us. And here's the positive thing. We seem to keep it as blue. We don't see a lot of pink in there indicating the freezing rain. That's a big difference when it comes to that morning commute as far as snow and anything that's going to freeze over precipitation-wise. Then on Wednesday afternoon, we begin to clear out, and then we get a little bit of a warming trend. Friday is going to be, very seasonable, a whole lot of sunshine. And then, Tanya, we're right back into the 50s here to begin the weekend, albeit with rain on Sunday and Monday.
All right, a little bit of everything there. I will say that
I was ride that roller coaster here to finish off January.
Glad to see the rain stop this morning. Wow, too much.
Yes, it was impressive this morning.
All right, thanks, Michael. Well, if you're like me, you're beyond tired of this cold weather. So today, we're headed to the beach. Howard shows us how to make his Seashore Linguine in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Wouldn't it be nice to get away to the beach for a little R&R right about now? Of course it would. And with that would come lots of great food. Well, maybe we can't get to the beach, but the dish we're whipping up today will certainly make us feel like we're there. And it comes together in no time. We saute some chopped garlic and a bit of olive oil till it's golden. Just make sure you keep an eye on it, because you can go from golden to burnt in no time. Now we add in a couple cans of chopped clams, with the juice and all. A bit more clam juice. Some chopped parsley. And a few seasonings that we have right in our pantry. While that simmers, we cook up a pound of linguine, and after we drain it, we top it with the clam sauce and dinner is ready. And if you really want to go to town, how about steaming a few fresh clams to top this off with to make it even more beach-worthy? Either way, when you serve up steaming bowls of this, topped with some grated Parmesan cheese, get ready for the taste of summer. So what do you say you grab your flip-flops, a straw hat, and the recipe for our Seashore Linguine so you can have a midwinter getaway without leaving the house? I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a summery way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
I'll have to try that one. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4 state market prices.
Rain throughout the northern 4 states. Everybody else locked in kind of a mist throughout the course of our Monday. Not going to be a whole lot of sunshine. We've already got some 50s on the board, so that's not too bad. Cold front does work in. At least we get some sunshine on Tuesday. Remember, we've got snow on the way for Wednesday morning. Now, over to Dow with a look at what's coming up tonight at 5.
Yeah, it's being called the mind-heart-body connection. Studies show people who are stressed, anxious, depressed, or pessimistic tend to have higher risk factors for heart disease. In Health Watch, we're going to meet a man who finally faced his depression after being hospitalized for congestive heart failure at age 36. Plus, the latest from the city of Joplin after it holds the first COVID briefing of the year. And the Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas starts a new maternity program providing starter kits for teen moms. Hope you join us. KOAM News at 5.
All right, thank you so much, Dow. Thank you for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.